I just got off the phone with a person that I'm coaching who is a brand new business owner. And when I say brand new, I mean like they've been running a business for like a year and a half or whatever. And that to me, that's like a brand new baby. Mainly because when you first open a business, I don't care how great you are, there's just so much to learn. There's so many different systems that are happening, whether or not you created them, because sometimes a system is happening and it's just a system of disorganization and lack of intentionality, or it's one that you put together. Either way, I found that, and I've done it too. I find that oftentimes we'll start businesses and we'll get so caught up in all the things it takes to run a successful business that we stop doing the things that we're good at. I call them superpowers. And a perfect example of that is like if we were to say like Superman, right? Like if Superman didn't fly and like throw like heavy things around, he would no longer be Superman. He's just man, right? And what makes Superman cool is the fact that he could fly. But if he just walked everywhere, he might as well just not be Superman, right? So this individual was is really really great with people, influencing people. Like they just have like this really magnetic personality. And anytime you put this person in a position to where they can be in front of a person, they're going to thrive like crazy. But this individual had stopped putting themselves in front of people. And so, of course, the business just started to dwindle because the person who's leading the business stopped using their superpowers. And so I had to look back and even for myself, like change my strategies in business to where one of the things I'm really great at is individualization, right? Meaning speaking one on one with people and connecting with them one on one or in small groups or whatever. And that same energy that I can get someone to buy into individually, sometimes it doesn't translate in large groups because I'm not able to really use my superpower in that way. So I changed my plan or my strategy to include more one-on-one interactions to where people can like get on my calendar, we'll speak one-on-one, whatever, whatever, and just building, my brand and building my business from there. Now, obviously there'll be a time to where that's not going to necessarily be possible, but I've dedicated myself to having one-on-one interactions as much as possible and finding ways to include that into my strategy because that's what's going to make me more successful. I mean, in a large group, you're probably not going to get as much out of me as you can one-on-one because there's just something magical that happens one-on-one. And so I urge you to do the same thing. Like, figure out what is your superpower. And if you feel like your life or your business is dwindling, ask yourself, are you really putting yourself in a position to where you can utilize your strengths? Because working on your weaknesses does help and it keeps you from like dragging in the other area. And it's like a maintenance type of thing. But like when you work with your strengths, it's like a heck yeah moment. Like you're going to be amazing at what you do, whatever that is. Like I remember I went to a hairstylist who was like really, really great with short hair. And like she can do long hair, and this was like a while back, but her strength of like what she kills every time is short hair. And I noticed recently she started like online featuring more of her short hair stuff than her long hair things. And the next thing you know, like her social media just continued to grow like crazy because people who were looking for that came to them or came to her. So focus on your strengths. Like, what's your superpower? And how can you use it as much as possible? Because that's going to get you ahead at like 100 times the rate as everything else. And you're different from everybody else. You bring something different to the table, and ignoring that or not using it as much as you can is never going to work as well as doing something else. I guess that makes sense, right? Not using your superpower as much as you can, even if you put a lot of time and effort into other skills and other things, it's still not going to have the same impact. So I hope this helps, but don't be Superman who doesn't fly. If you're Superman, we need you to fly, throw some stuff around. Look at, like, I think he had like laser like vision. I don't know, but you get what I mean.